Deon, since the end of the Wales series, you just talk us through what you guys have been up to and the kind of things you've been looking at, and as you sort of escalate now towards the Rugby Championship.
Obviously, after the World Series, we took a short break, and then we gathered on a sort of a preparation camp where we just revisited our performances against Wales over the 3 tests, looking at areas where we felt things went well, but also things that we need to improve on in terms of our game. So we assessed that. Done a thorough review on that, and our training session was based on improving those areas.
And is it sort of accepted amongst the group that you guys have now really got to take another step up? The Rugby Championship is going to be something else?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, we were very honest in terms of where we think we are in different departments and how we can improve in terms of that. So for us, it's always a challenge going forward to take it tournament by tournament and game by game in order to improve our game, building towards the bigger picture. And definitely having New Zealand here at the start of the championship, we are very realistic in terms of the big challenge that lies ahead of us, and we need to be much better in terms of where we were.
Deon, what are some of those work-ons that you guys need to work on? I mean, obviously, there's a I suppose the finishing off chances and things like that. What else do you need to work on to be more clinical?
As I say, the basics of the game, I think, generally stays the same. Obviously, you want to consistently improve your execution in terms of your set pieces. You want to improve the way you get out of your own half, looking at your kicking game. As you said, you also want to, if you get opportunities, which is not much at test level, you want to make sure that you convert those opportunities. At times it relates to some skill areas that we need to improve on, or it will be to a specific department, and looking at systems within the department, also in terms of the effort of the players. You understand were our intent of doing things were that at the right level where we wanted. So we had such a holistic view looking at everything at where we want to improve in.
They've made it quite clear they want to stop your ball, though. I don't think that's a secret for any team playing you anyway. But there's been specific emphasis on them. But I mean, they also have a couple of weaknesses. I'm sure you picked up from the Ireland game where they scored those 2 tries, and that's
Yeah, as I said, listen, we've got a lot of respect in terms of how New Zealand approach set pieces, and I can understand that just as us, that they always look to improve your scrums, you always look to improve your mauls and stopping mauls, and we know that would be a very highly contested and physical area coming up against New Zealand. The new forward coach have emphasized the fact that, as you said, that there is an area that they want to improve on in, and I mean, if you look at the work that they've put in with Fiji and also with the Crusaders over the years, I mean, we understand it's going to be a challenge, but we also want to get better in that specific area, so we will prepare for that.
And how are you guys looking from a mental preparation perspective? Because there is a growing trend that New Zealand are probably at their most vulnerable, but I think the Springboks have learned in the past that there's never a weak New Zealand side. So just as a coaching staff, how are you guys looking at just keeping the players grounded and knowing that New Zealand still remains a formidable challenge regardless of recent results?
No, I think we very task-based, focus on terms of what we need to do. I don't think there's any test match where we ever underestimated any team or sort of generalized the opinion of others. I think we understand that for us it's important to be at our best for every test match. As you've also mentioned, the history will tell you that the tests against New Zealand and South Africa, it's always some of the best contested games. We understand that as a team they are very desperate in terms of of putting up a better performance, but we are also desperate in terms of improving our game. So I think our attitude towards the way we prepare for New Zealand or any other team won't change. It's all about becoming the best we can be.
Frans, just on the stadium as such, it's not a pitch that most of the squad has played on a lot. I mean, there's only been 3 other test matches here as well. So just how does that compare? Is that a bit of a leveler? And does it give? I mean, it is a home game and you've got home crowds, but I mean, does that make much of a difference?
I think, the fact that it's in South Africa, it's a home game for us. I think it will be special. If you go to places like Nelspruit or Port Elizabeth, that does not get a lot of tests, it's always special. People always come out in full numbers, and would love to see that, and that would be awesome. I think it will still be special at Mbombela this weekend.
And just the pitch, I mean, have you had a look at the pitch yet? Or is it?
Not recently. I think last year we played a Currie Cup game there, and what I can remember is very good. The pitch itself, I think it's a very, very good pitch. I haven't been there last week.
Frans, just from a player's perspective, 2 matches in a row against the All Blacks, does it get much bigger and more exciting than that? The feeling amongst you guys?
Yeah, I think it's obviously very special. With the change of the competition, with the back-to-back games now in South Africa, it's going to be, obviously this week and next week at Ellis Park, it's going to be special. And it's going to be big, as you said, definitely.
Frans, what other pointers have you taken from All Black Scrum through the end of your tour and their matches against Ireland? I mean, they've been saying that they've been missing the physical edge that the South African teams have provided in Super Rugby, but are there specific pointers where you can say that the All Black Scrum is still formidable here and there?
I won't say there's certain pointers that I'll point out, but as you said now, that it's still the All Black Scrum. It will always be good. I don't know what more I can say about that. As I said earlier, if you underestimate them, you'll be in big trouble. And I think the All Black Scrum is, it's proper. I don't think there's anything coming short or anything that they're missing, as you asked now, I think.
Do you feel that as players that there were incremental performances in the Wales series, where in the first test there were improvements, then there was the changes made from second test, but do you feel that now you're reaching a point where a very good performance is due, considering that there were improvements in the Wales series?
I think, as Coach Deon said earlier, we try to put our focus on us getting better constantly. I think we got better in the World Series, throughout the series, and that was the focus last week in our prep camp as well, to get better at our stuff, to execute our stuff better. And for me personally, it's more the set piece will always be important, and it's my primary job. So, I think constantly trying to improve and be better and have work-ons there is our main focus. That answers your question.
Frans, from some sort of a follow-up to Kenzo's question earlier that I asked the coach, from a mental preparedness individually as a player, given the enormity of the occasions of the Springboks All Blacks, how do you approach it from a mental perspective? Because playing against the All Blacks is more, I guess, mental than also equally as being physical on the field.
Yeah, as my previous answer, I think the mental side of it is also to focus on your job in your preparation. I think that helps a lot with the mental prep, is by knowing that you did your prep and you are working on your own game and your own improvements constantly to get better. I think that helps with the mental prep, is to get some sort of comfort in going into the game. You did your prep, you put the work in, and we worked on stuff we had to work on. That had work-ons to be done. I don't know if that gives you an answer.
France series against Wales, you had the luxury of 50,000 people per test match. Just how different was that? What energy did you draw from it? And can the atmosphere play a role on Saturday?
It was very special to play. I didn't play the second test in Bloemfontein, but obviously I was there. But it was very special that first, and all 3 games, having everyone back, full capacity stadiums. It was really, really special, and it really helps a lot playing that atmosphere on the field. I personally think it helps a lot.
Frans, you've been in the situation that the All Blacks have been in. We a couple of years ago, I think you in that squad. The guys had to come back from 57. Were you in that squad? Or?
I was injured that particular game, but I was playing that time. Yeah.
You've been in these situations where with the backs of your backs against the people. Obviously, there's been a lot of noise around the team and what they're going through at the moment.
Yeah.
Just how dangerous does that make them?
Very dangerous. I think you mentioned it now. You answered it as well. The All Blacks will always be a formidable side, and they had, 2 results not going their way now against the Irish, and as it has been said so many times, they'll be desperate to change that.
Frans, you guys have been in the Lowveld now for just over a week. Have you enjoyed the Lowveld and the hospitality of the people?
No, it's a special place, a very special place in my opinion. Special part of South Africa. We had a awesome prep week last week. I think it was very very good training week. Saw a little bit of the Lowveld on our off time, and I think it's awesome. Really like to thank the people.
So maybe to the both of you, words or 2 on the Blitzboks?
Yeah, just massive congratulations for the Blitzboks on I think an outstanding performance. I think the way they played is actually typical of the character of a South African team, getting into the finals and playing, in my opinion, very well in relation to their game plan. I think they've executed it well. I think the way they've played with the ball and without the ball was very good, and I think it was a championship or champions performance for the whole time on the field, and we can just be proud in terms of the win that they got. I think it's fully deserved, and they must know that they made us proud, and that will also, I think, serve as an inspiration for us going forward to put up or to strive to put up the same sort of performance that they've done in this final.
Yeah, from my side, just obviously a big congratulations. I think it was an awesome performance in that final. It was lovely to watch, and you just could see the reaction on the guys after the game, how much it meant to them. And just really, really proud of them and really proud of being associated with them.